Welcome back to the Kosi Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. A new transfer window is coming, and Marcus Rashford, as custom is linked yet again to Arsenal. Like every single transfer window, there will be a story that links Marcus Rashford to Arsenal, especially ever since Mikel Arteta set his hands as captain of the ship at Arsenal Football Club. However, this time it's a little bit different. It's different because Marcus Rashford has already said goodbye to Manchester United, but it's also different because Manchester United have already told Marcus Rashford that he can leave Manchester United in January or in the summer. Now, a couple of clubs are interested, including Paris Saint-Germain and a couple of others. Arsenal, that is where we come in. I think the Marcus Rashford links this time make more sense, and I think they could have, they could be holding more water than in the past. Think about it. Arsenal looking for a forward, Arsenal looking for a winger, especially a left winger, and Marcus Rashford is there. He's a guy that could do a job. Do we get Marcus Rashford? Should we get Marcus Rashford? That is what we're going to be discussing in this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Now, what I want to say first, right? Marcus Rashford, Raheem Sterling, Timo Werner will give you the same results if you sign them. In my personal opinion, it's a no. Marcus Rashford is a no-go zone. If you're Arsenal, and we have this reputation of smart signings, Trossard, that's a good signing, Odegaard, White, Timber, Raya. We have a trajectory of good signings, good transfer business. There is no sporting director, whether you're interim or permanent, in your right mind, that is going to go to Manchester United and tell them that, listen, you're chasing this guy because you want a cultural reboot. Let us take him. And I don't think Arsenal should take Marcus Rashford. We'll talk about the wages. We'll talk about him as a player. But I think Arsenal, if we get Marcus Rashford and we add him to Mikel Merino and add him to Raheem Sterling, then we are consequently losing track of where we should be and where we should be going, right? I think Marcus Rashford, Raheem Sterling, and those two, those are signings that remind me of phase one, when Mikel Arteta had just come in and we brought in Pablo Mari and we brought in Cedric Suarez and we brought in Willian. Those are signings that actually came in because the manager was looking to, get in a few players hurriedly, quickly. But after 5 years of settling in, building a strong defense, getting in a good goalkeeper, building a good midfield with Odegaard, Partey, and Rice, if you want to use Merino, Sterling, and Rashford as the icing on the cake, then I'm sorry, guys, the episode of Arsenal are great again has ended, and we have started a new episode, which is Arsenal going back to where where we know and where we have been. These are my problems with Marcus Rashford. Number one, Manchester United are letting him go because they're looking to cash in on one of their most valuable sellable assets. What that tells you is that regardless of whether Manchester United think that Marcus Rashford is expensive or valuable, they are going to want a lot of money. It's as simple as that, right? Because what they're trying to do there, they're trying to go and get Victor Gyökeres, right? They're in talks with Victor Gyökeres, and they want to sell Marcus Rashford to go and get Victor Gyökeres. I mean, put 2 and 2 together, man. They want 40 to 50 or 60 million in Rashford, which would be a very good deal for them, by the way. And I think they'll get it. And then they want to get that money, add or top up 10 to 20 million, and then go and get Victor Gyökeres. Like, that is one of the biggest step-ups a football club will have ever done on a player. And trust me, if they get Gyökeres, they will never ever miss Marcus Rashford. Because Gyökeres does what Rashford does. He will score for you every kind of goal. He's athletic, physical, quick, and very, very, very good. So that's number one. I think Arsenal should not get anywhere close to the prices of 40 million and above for Marcus Rashford. So just don't go into the deal in the first place. But if you go into the deal, do not dare try to pay about 40 to 50 million for Marcus Rashford. I mean, think about it this way. Atletico Bilbao have a player called Nico Williams. Of course, Arsenal are big fans of Nico Williams. That much we know. But Arsenal were told to pay around 45 million. He's got a release clause of around 45 to 50 million. Nico Williams and his age and his resale value and his quality, if Arsenal splashed 60 million on Nico right now, that's a good deal. That's a much better deal. So you can't sign Rashford for 40, 50 million because one, you have better players that you can get that are better than Rashford at almost the same price or even cheaper. That is number two. Two is the wages. Three is the wages. The wages of Marcus Rashford, I wouldn't really say he's earning unnecessary money, but it's too much. Like really too much. We already have our own problems. Zinchenko is earning like free money, and these are players that Mikel Arteta doesn't want to get rid of because he signed them. Ever since Mikel Arteta came into the club, I think the one player he has really, let go, one player that he's really let go, and you can say this is a player that he really said, bring him to me, was Willian. The rest of the players, Zinchenko has to go, Jesus has to go, we all know that, and he's just like, let's keep them for another year. Why? Why are you keeping Zinchenko for another year? Because now you're not going to be able to get good money out of him anyway. Why are we keeping Gabriel Jesus for another year? Because now you're not going to be able to get good money out of him anyway, right? I mean, there's this proposed swap deal between Gabriel Jesus and Vlahovic. We are going to talk about it in the next video. But the point I'm trying to make here is that if you're Mikel Arteta, right? If you're Mikel Arteta, just stay away from Rashford. The wages are too high. That's number one. He's earning astronomical wages. I don't think we should be getting anywhere close to that. Like, we shouldn't. He's earning really astronomical wages, right? And lastly, let's talk about it in a footballing perspective and a cultural perspective. I think Marcus Rashford is not a bad player culturally. I don't think he's like Osimhen. I don't think he's going to cause a mayhem in the dressing room. I think if you brought him in, he can follow the guidelines that have been placed by Mikel Arteta. And of course, if he comes in at Arsenal, you already have a captain in Martin Odegaard, you have a couple of players that are better than him. I think he can follow the rules, right? But footballing-wise, it's a move that doesn't make any sense. It's a move that doesn't make any sense. Like, getting Rashford into Arsenal, footballing-wise, doesn't make any sense. Is he better than Gabriel Martinelli at taking on players? No. In front of goal, he is better than Gabriel Martinelli. I'm sorry, Rashford fans. I think Rashford is better at finishing than Martinelli. But he also misses a lot of chances, right? So I think if you put Martinelli and Trossard on one side and you put Rashford on the other, is it justifiable for us to say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons are valid for Rashford to come in and replace Trossard and Martinelli on the other side? I don't think so. So in my humble opinion, Rashford is a player we should, if we could, stay away from.